Gardening is a delightful hobby, but it often comes with its share of challenges. From pesky weeds to insects, there are many factors that may harm your plants. But what if we told you that a common household item could be the secret weapon in your gardening arsenal? Yes, we're talking about baking soda, something most of us have in our kitchen cabinets. Baking soda is incredibly versatile. With just a spoonful, you can tackle garden issues naturally and safely, promoting healthier plants and a more beautiful garden. Whether it's adjusting soil pH, fighting fungal infections, or even sweetening your tomatoes, baking soda offers a range of benefits that might just surprise you. In today's video that we have for you, we will discuss the top 10 impressive benefits of baking soda when used in the garden. Also, stick to the end of the video to find out the potential limitations of using baking soda in the garden regularly. One, pH level adjustment. Adding just a spoonful of baking soda to your garden soil may significantly influence its pH level, which is a measure of how acidic or alkaline the soil is. Baking soda, scientifically known as sodium bicarbonate, is inherently alkaline with a pH value of around 8.4. This alkaline nature is what makes baking soda a useful tool for gardeners looking to moderate overly acidic soil conditions. Soil pH is crucial because it affects the availability of nutrients to plants and the activity of soil microorganisms necessary for plant health. Most garden plants thrive in a slightly acidic to neutral pH range, around 6.0 to 7.0. If the soil is too acidic, certain nutrients like phosphorus, potassium, and magnesium become less available to plants, which may hinder their growth and health. When you sprinkle baking soda onto the soil, it reacts with the acidic components of the soil. This reaction slightly raises the soil's pH level, making it more neutral. It's important to use baking soda sparingly and strategically because too much of it may shift the pH too far towards alkaline, which may also be detrimental to plants. Generally, a light application may help buffer the pH of the soil and bring it closer to a neutral range, which is beneficial for most plants. The effectiveness of baking soda in adjusting soil pH also depends on the existing soil conditions. Sandy soils, for example, may require more frequent applications compared to clay soils, which hold amendments longer due to their denser structure. It's also recommended to test the soil's pH before and after applying baking soda to understand its impact and adjust the amount used accordingly. 2. Fungal growth control. Putting a spoonful of baking soda in your garden may become an effective method for controlling fungal growth on plants, thanks to the compound's innate properties. Most fungi that attack plants prefer an acidic environment to thrive. When you mix baking soda with water and apply it to the leaves of plants, it may create a less favorable alkaline environment. This shift in pH may disrupt the fungal cells, inhibiting their growth and preventing the infection from spreading further. To apply baking soda as a fungal deterrent, gardeners typically mix a spoonful of baking soda with a gallon of water, often adding a small amount of liquid soap to help the mixture adhere to plant surfaces. This solution is then sprayed directly onto the leaves of plants, covering both the tops and undersides of the stems, where fungi often begin to colonize. It's important to note that while baking soda may prevent the onset of fungal diseases and slow their progression, it is less effective at treating plants that are already heavily infected. Therefore, it is best used as a preventative measure. Regular applications may be necessary to maintain its effectiveness, especially during damp conditions when fungi are more likely to proliferate. 3. Natural weed suppressant. Baking soda has a pH of around 8.4, making it alkaline. Weeds, like most plants, generally prefer a neutral to slightly acidic soil pH. When baking soda is applied directly to weed foliage or around the weed's base, it may disrupt their normal pH balance. When you sprinkle baking soda sparingly over the weeds, especially those that crack through sidewalks or driveways, it may begin to burn the leaves and stems on contact. This is because baking soda may draw water out of plant cells, dehydrating them and leading to the weed's eventual death. The process is similar to how table salt works, but baking soda is less harmful to the surrounding environment in moderate amounts. However, care should be taken with this approach because baking soda may also affect the surrounding soil's pHa and may harm desirable garden plants if not applied carefully. It is most effective and safest when used in areas away from cultivated plants. By applying it directly to the weeds in these specific areas, you may avoid altering the soil chemistry where your garden plants grow. 4. Insect repellent. Using a spoonful of baking soda in the garden as an insect repellent is a simple, non-toxic strategy that may deter certain pests, particularly soft-bodied insects like ants and slugs. The method involves either sprinkling the baking soda directly on the ground around the plants or creating a baking soda solution to spray on the plants. The effectiveness of baking soda as an insect repellent stems from its abrasive and pH-altering properties. You may sprinkle baking soda around the base of plants or on the paths that insects use to enter a garden. Thus, it may create a barrier that is physically and chemically unwelcoming for many insects. For example, ants, which are highly sensitive to their environment's pHa, avoid areas treated with baking soda. The soda may disrupt their ability to communicate through pheromones, which are chemical signals that are chemical signals that are AH sensitive. Moreover, when applied directly to insects, baking soda may absorb moisture from their bodies. This effect is particularly harmful to soft-bodied pests like slugs and may lead to their death. However, this method requires the baking soda to come into contact with the insect, which may limit its effectiveness to only those pests that cross the powder. 5. Enhance bloom vibrancy. Enhancing the vibrancy of blooms with a spoonful of baking soda in the garden is a clever trick. It is used primarily for plants like hydrangeas, which are known for their color-changing abilities based on the pH level of the soil. Baking soda, being alkaline, with a pH around 8.4, may subtly influence the hue of hydrangea flowers by modifying the soil's acidity. Hydrangeas, in particular, change color based on the presence of aluminum ions in the soil. In acidic soils, pH below 6, these ions are more available, and hydrangeas tend to produce blue flowers. In neutral to alkaline soils, where aluminum ions are less accessible, the flowers turn pink or even red. When baking soda is added to the soil around hydrangeas, it may raise the pH level, making the environment more alkaline. This change reduces the availability of aluminum ions, thus shifting the flower color towards the pink spectrum. This effect of baking soda may be quite subtle and varies depending on the original soil conditions, the amount of baking soda used, and the specific type of hydrangea. It's not an exact science, and results may vary even among plants in the same garden due to microclimatic conditions and variations in soil composition. 6. Tomato sweetener. Using a spoonful of baking soda in the garden to sweeten tomatoes is a gardening trick that hinges on the concept of modifying soil pH to influence fruit quality. Baking soda, being a mildly alkaline substance with a pH of about 8.4, may help neutralize acidic soil conditions when applied around the base of tomato plants. The taste of tomatoes is greatly influenced by their growing conditions, especially the pH of the soil. Tomatoes typically thrive in slightly acidic to neutral soil, pH 6.0 to 7.0. If the soil is too acidic, it may cause tomatoes to develop a sharper, sometimes sour flavor. By sprinkling baking soda sparingly around tomato plants, gardeners may subtly raise the soil's pH level closer to neutral, which may help decrease the acidity of the tomatoes themselves, making them taste sweeter. The baking soda should be applied around the plants on the soil surface. Then you may lightly water the soil to help it dissolve. This may prevent disorders in tomatoes like blossom and rot, and may also improve the overall firmness and sweetness of the tomatoes. According to a study, hot water treatment at 45 degrees Celsius with a 2% sodium bicarbonate solution has potential as a commercial treatment to avoid fruit cracking, improve safety, and maintain fruit quality in cherry red tomatoes. 7. Leaf miner deterrent. Baking soda may help in managing leaf miner infestations when applied directly to the leaves of affected plants. The method involves making a solution of baking soda and water, typically about a teaspoon of baking soda mixed into a quart of water. Some gardeners add a few drops of liquid soap to help the solution adhere to the leaves more effectively. The effectiveness of baking soda against leaf miners lies in its ability to alter the surface pH of the leaves. By creating a more alkaline surface, baking soda makes the leaf environment less hospitable to the adult leaf miners that lay eggs. It's also thought that the slight abrasive quality of baking soda may interfere with the larva's ability to navigate and feed within the leaf tissues, thus reducing their survival and the overall damage they may cause. However, this method is more preventive than curative. It is most effective when used at the first sign of leaf miner activity, as it may help deter further egg laying and reduce the population over time. Regular applications may be necessary, especially during the peak season for leaf miners to maintain its effectiveness. 8. Improved soil aeration. While baking soda is not typically known for directly enhancing soil aeration in the traditional sense, its application may still influence soil conditions. When you sprinkle a spoonful of baking soda into the garden, it initially interacts with the soil's moisture and begins altering the soil's pH level, making it slightly more alkaline. This alkaline environment may influence the soil's physical properties, particularly in compacted or clay-heavy soils, which tend to be more acidic. According to the theory, as the pH changes, it might aid in loosening clay-bound soil particles that are tightly bound together by hydrogen bonds that are stronger under acidic conditions. However, the effect of baking soda on loosening soil and improving aeration is mild and highly indirect. It's not comparable to mechanical aeration methods like tilling or using an aerating tool, which physically puncture the soil to create air gaps. Nor does it have the expansive properties of organic matter like compost, which physically increases pore space within the soil. The alkalizing effect of baking soda might also impact the activity of soil microorganisms. Some bacteria and fungi which thrive in a neutral to slightly alkaline pH may become more active and proliferate. These microorganisms are crucial for soil health as they break down organic matter, which in turn improves soil structure and aeration. Thus, while baking soda itself does not aerate the soil, it could potentially support biological processes that do. 9. Plant growth booster. Using a spoonful of baking soda may boost plant growth in the garden. Baking soda may mildly affect the pH level of the soil around the plants where it's applied. Many plants benefit from slightly alkaline soil conditions because they may enhance the availability of certain nutrients, such as phosphorus and nitrogen, which are essential for plant growth. By raising the pH slightly, baking soda may help make these nutrients more accessible to plants, thereby potentially improving growth. Moreover, baking soda has been observed to have fungicidal properties, which may help control fungal diseases such as powdery mildew. These diseases, if unchecked, may severely affect a plant's ability to grow as they often damage the leaves, reducing a plant's ability to photosynthesize effectively. By controlling these diseases, baking soda indirectly supports plant health. Another aspect is the role of baking soda in combating plant stress. It may help plants better manage stress conditions such as drought or mild heat stress. This is because sodium bicarbonate may influence the opening and closing of stomata, the microscopic pores on leaves, which helps regulate water loss and CO2 intake. This regulation may help plants maintain better hydration and gas exchange during stressful periods, indirectly promoting better growth. 10. Cleaning garden furniture. Using baking soda to clean garden furniture is a practical and environmentally friendly method, leveraging the mildly abrasive and cleaning properties of this common household product. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is well known for its use in cleaning and deodorizing around the house. And these properties extend to outdoor applications like garden furniture. When you use baking soda to clean garden furniture, you take advantage of its ability to both physically scrub away dirt and organically break down grime. The process typically involves making a paste or a solution. For a paste, you mix baking soda with a little water until it forms a thick, spreadable consistency. This paste may be applied directly to surfaces using a cloth or a soft brush, which allows you to target specific stains or areas with built-up dirt. The slight abrasiveness of the baking soda works to scrub off the dirt without damaging the furniture surfaces, making it ideal for various materials, including plastic, wood, and metal. Alternatively, you may dissolve a spoonful of baking soda in a bucket of water to create a cleaning solution. This may be used for a more general cleaning suitable for wiping down larger areas of furniture. The solution helps to loosen and dissolve dirt and residue, making it easier to clean surfaces without vigorous scrubbing. Moreover, baking soda has deodorizing properties, which is beneficial for outdoor furniture that may absorb smells from the environment or from food spills. It neutralizes odors rather than merely masking them with fragrances, as many cleaners do. Here are some limitations of using baking soda in the garden. While baking soda may be a helpful tool in garden care for various tasks, such as pH adjustment, pest control, and cleaning, there are several limitations and potential drawbacks to consider. 1. Soil salinity. Baking soda contains sodium, which may build up in the soil and contribute to increased salinity. High sodium levels may disrupt the water uptake of plants, leading to issues like leaf burn and general plant stress, which ultimately affect plant health and productivity. 2. Impact on soil pH. While adjusting soil pH may be beneficial in some cases, indiscriminate use of baking soda may lead to an imbalance in soil pH. Over-alkalizing the soil may make certain nutrients less available to plants, potentially leading to nutrient deficiencies. 3. Limited fungal control. Baking soda is only effective against certain types of fungal diseases and mostly as a preventive measure. It may not be effective once a plant is heavily infected, and it does not work against all fungal pathogens. 4. Potential plant damage. If not diluted properly, baking soda may cause leaf burn or other forms of stress to plant tissues. It's important to apply it carefully and test it on a small area before widespread use. 5. Insect repellent limitations. Baking soda is not effective against all types of insects and may only deter certain pests. More invasive or persistent pests will likely require additional or different types of treatment. 6. Environmental concerns. Frequent and heavy use of baking soda may affect not only the plants but also the surrounding environment. It may alter the microbial balance in the soil by creating conditions that are detrimental to some beneficial soil organisms. 7. Temporary effects. Many of the benefits of baking soda, such as its impact on soil pH and fungal diseases, are temporary. Regular applications may be necessary to maintain these benefits, which could further contribute to the issues of salinity and pH imbalance. 8. Efficacy compared to specialized products. While baking soda is a more natural and safe product, it is generally less effective compared to specialized gardening products designed for specific issues like pest infestations or soil amendments. Given these limitations, it's important to use baking soda judiciously in the garden. Using baking soda in your garden is a simple, cost-effective method to support plant health, deter pests, and maintain your garden's aesthetic appeal. Just a spoonful may have a variety of beneficial impacts, making it a staple in the gardening toolkit. Now that we have discussed the many benefits that baking soda offers when used in the garden, let's dive into other topics of interest. Interested in knowing more about tips and tricks to shed pounds easily? Let's keep the conversation going with a couple more weight loss related videos, shall we? Watch 16 healthy foods that help you lose the most weight. You may also try our video on 13 weight loss tips to get rid of your bloated belly fat. Go ahead, click one. Or, better yet, watch both and learn more about weight loss and nutrition. Will you use baking soda in your garden from now on? Let us know in the comments below.